ain't the same, might have changed, it's the remix.
Welcome back to the Bullring Podcast. And welcome back to the Bullring Podcast Season 6. It's your host, Candid. You can find me at I Am Candid Photography on Facebook, and I Am Photography. I Am Candid 2020 on Instagram. And of course, you can find me at the Bullring Podcast on Facebook and Bullring Podcast on Instagram. And we got
this your boy Work Sinatra. You can find me at Work Sinatra, Big Work Sinatra, Pressure Boys 912, Bullring Podcast. Instagram. No 2020.
Man, we gonna get it together,
podcast. Instagram, Facebook. Check out our reels. Everything. And one thing I'm about to put out real quick before we get into this interview. If we got any artists out there who trying to get their music out, man, you know what I'm saying? You hear this, send it to us. If it's jamming, I'll play it. If it's trash, you ain't gonna hear it.
You're gonna know it.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying?
But sure,
shout out to everybody who in Savannah trying to do their thing.
Yep. And then I know y'all can hear the noise in the background. That's because we in a new location. And that's gonna bring us on to our next guest. Here on the Bullring Podcast, we don't like to introduce people. We let them introduce themselves because only their words describe them. So introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Sharee Devillars. I have been running Devillars Bar for the last year and a half. This is a place for everybody to come and just be you know? And so you can find me on Facebook at Devillars Bar. You can also find me on Instagram under Sharee Devillars. Hey, look, I'm doing events. Hit me up. I will do the best events, showcase anything and everything you guys are bringing to the table. So let me know what you're about. Come hit me up at Devillars Bar on Instagram and on Facebook.
Awesome, man. Thank you for the invite.
Bet. All right, so before we get everything started, there's this little thing that I do at the beginning of every episode starting this season. We call it the Bull Rush. 5 questions. I ain't gonna ask you no reason why. Whatever answer you give us, that's the answer we gonna ride with. So, all right, let's go with the first question. What's your top 3 favorite drinks to make?
I would say our house drink, which is called liquid gas.
What comes in it?
I can't tell you all that, but what I will do is I will tell you one of the major liquors is a white liquor.
All right.
One of my other biggest drinks is a Big Boy Roy. So everybody know Roy, QR. So we have a Big Boy Roy. And then we have the kid.
So who made the Big Boy Roy? You did or he did? Or did you suggest? Or y'all suggest together?
We made the drink. Since Roy has been a part of the team, you know, we decided that, you know, what best to show support besides, you know, giving something to somebody that represents them. Yeah. So when I met Roy, it was just Roy. So then I was like, Big Boy Roy. So then it became a thing. So then we was like, okay, let's make a drink. Big Boy Roy.
All right. And what the last one was?
The Kid. The Kid came from DJ Kid. Gotta love the Kid. So it was like DJ Kid comes and shows support every Friday. If he can't be here, he's gonna make sure it's taken care of. Yeah. So we got to give something up for the Kid. So the Kid is part of the team. So that's where the drinks come from.
Awesome, man. Shout out to Kid, DJ Kid.
What's your top 3 R&B artists?
Ooh, well, see, this is where y'all gonna get me. I explain to people that I'm more of a country person. I love country music.
Country is almost it's
like an R&B situation.
Yeah, I was about to say it's storytelling.
So you know, if you ask me who are my favorite artists in general,
it don't matter.
Most likely they're gonna be country. So we talking about Chris Stapleton.
Okay.
I love a little bit of Brooks and Dunn's.
All right. Yeah.
Because that's a whole band there. We're not talking about one singer. And then if we're gonna go into R&B, give me some Gerald Levert. If I gotta go old school, we're gonna hit some Gerald Levert.
Yeah, I'll mess with the Gerald. All right. I call this. All right. You gonna marry one over just one night stand one, and you will never deal with this person. You'll never give them a chance. And it's 3 people. All right. We're gonna go with Nelly, Denzel, and Ice Cube. You're going to marry one night stand one, and never deal with one.
I would marry Denzel Washington.
Okay. That's an easy choice right there.
And these are honest answers. I would one night stand no one.
All right.
Okay.
So who would be your side dude then? Out of Ice Cube and Nelly?
I guess I would have to go to Ice Cube because at least I know he can protect me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I need that dude that's gonna protect me if some stuff.
Nelly a
go up.
protector?
He don't. He seemed like he can, but I'm not guaranteed on that.
Okay.
All right. Hey, all right. So all right, you gonna marry Dizel, side dude Ice Cube, and we ain't messing with Nelly.
And
Okay.
we ain't touching him.
All right. What's the hardest job you ever had?
Being a mother.
All right.
Being a mother is one of the hardest jobs.
Okay.
All right. And if you had to pick out of two, you
You
gotta
have
pick
to
one.
this or that.
You gotta pick one. You either deal with a man who cheats or a man with no ambition.
A man with no ambition.
You awesome.
All right. Could get what I ain't seen that answer right now.
And that's gonna be the bull rush, man.
All right.
So where are you from? Originally?
I'm originally from Richmond Hill, Georgia.
Richmond Hill, Georgia. Okay. So whereabouts? I heard that Richmond Hill used to be just like one
Just
street light. That's why I keep hearing.
So you graduated from Richmond Hill.
I did.
Okay.
Y'all doing too much. It's not one street light. Now, come on, y'all got to give it to us.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard, that Richmond Hill just started growing out a lot in the last maybe 20 years or something like that. But before then.
But here's the crazy thing. If you're from the country and you're not a city person,
Yeah.
you would have liked it to say where it was, like the dirt roads.
Yeah.
We walked from one house to the other. We didn't care about cars. Like nowadays, everybody worrying about cars. And we had dirt road. I can walk from my aunt's house to the next house, to the next house, to the next house.
Yeah.
So we either walked or rode bikes. There's no highways. Everybody knew everybody. My aunt drove the school bus.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, okay, Easter speeches. She used to we have to get on the bus. You couldn't get off because she was the bus driver. So you had to go to practice. Ain't been getting no jump off. You just must not get on the bus if you ain't gonna do the Easter speech.
Yeah.
But you going.
Yeah.
Right.
So but it gave you a lot to do. You learned a lot. You get to like fishing and crabbing and morals and
Because
respect.
city kids, we can't fish.
Oh.
Well, I could fish. I just don't care for it. Like
Do you
if I
eat fish?
I don't like bonefish.
Oh, you don't know what you're missing.
Nah, I'm not finna sit there.
And them bonefish is the best,
Nah, I
man.
hate getting them jobs stuck in my throat.
You gotta know how to eat it.
Yeah,
There you go. You gotta know how to eat it.
I'm going straight at it when you know what I'm saying, I need me something filleted or salmon or something like that.
But
I
you
don't
know why you want a bone-in fish?
Why?
The flavor.
The flavor way better.
If you took a bone-in fish and took one that you bought filleted, you would taste the difference. So that's where
He said, "I don't know."
that's where southern cooking come from.
Man, I got a bone stuck in my throat one time. I was in my throat for like 2-3 days.
Clearly you're not country because you should have ate some light bread.
You get
So
some
you know what I'm
bread.
saying?
As
It's
soon
a
as
war.
you get something caught in your throat, get some
I'm not
bread,
doing
drink
it.
some water.
There
I'm
you
not doing
go.
it. I'm good.
'Cause you know I'm from the country in North Carolina too, man.
Yeah, every time I go somewhere out there, I want my fish with no bone. I don't want no bone in my fish.
You don't know.
Missing out,
Miss-
man.
That's what he doing.
So it was more dirt roads and that type of feel to Richmond Hill.
Yeah, and you did a lot of family stuff. So we had a lot of family reunions. So you knew that, if we was going to Fort McAllister, that's where all our family reunions were.
Yeah.
So that was the big thing about us in the country is we was always together. Like there was
Yeah.
always a party, but it was always a home party. So if like one of you guys were having a party, like you live in Richmond Hill now, and I say, hey, look, we over here. Everybody coming to your house. There's no invitation needed. What we inviting you to, we family.
Right.
You don't need an invitation. Just pull up.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't see that in the city. You know what I'm saying? You get looked at funny, like ain't nobody invited her. Who told her to come? We be caring about all that. Did you bring a bottle?
Yeah.
Right. Did you at least bring something
Did
to the
you
party?
bring
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, cause I ain't gonna lie, I'm the type of person I pull up to a party now. I ain't even gotta be invited. If I ride by and I see us jumping, I'll hop out the car. You know what I'm saying? And walk up on. I'll wait till somebody say something like, "Who you is?" You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm cousin." You know what I'm saying? I know somebody around here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I understand what you're saying like about that. Cause like, all right, my family from Florida is a country. You know what I'm saying? My daddy's side of the family is from a country little town in Florida, and my mama's side is from New Orleans. But I never had a family reunion with my family in New Orleans. but I done had plenty with my family in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about like every folk, they do it like they supposed to. Every 2, 3, 4 years, they linking up. You know what I'm saying? So
got the shirts and all.
Like, yeah, we got the shirts and everything. We taking over somebody park. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel you with the difference between city and country though. I get it though.
And so I think that if the city took some of their country, like, you know,
That's
like there's a
happen.
lot of country people in the city. You took some of the stuff you learned in the city. Let's just think about morals, you know,
Right.
and just these types of things. I see that a lot of people don't talk about, like what we're talking about right now. Yeah, we can sit on a podcast and talk about it, but you have real life people in your face and you don't discuss it.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
So you can invite them on there, and everybody in the city got so much to say.
Yeah.
But what about the people that be in your face?
You're right.
It shouldn't take a podcast for you to bring out the truth and what's going on around you. You should be delivering that every day if that's what you live in.
You're right.
You right. You
I
right.
agree.
You right. Practice what you preach.
And so technically, thank God for guys like you, because if you live in it, hell, you want to talk about it at this point.
Facts.
But it's sad that you have to bring it out of people, though.
Yeah.
See, you come in my bar, I don't need a podcast. You can hear my mouth regardless.
Yeah,
And
facts,
you going to get it, you
Right,
know?
yeah.
But that's how I feel like the world should work today.
Yeah.
We should just discuss what's in front of us right now.
Right. And it's funny that
Me and
you
bro
have-
was just talking about
Yeah,
that.
it's funny that
we
you were
was
just
talking
bringing
about-
this up because earlier I was speaking to somebody because we're trying to do an interview with the mayor in over there,
Riceboro.
Riceboro, right?
Yeah.
And they still got that same feel to it, right? And I was discussing this with one of my coworkers. I was like, okay, man, Riceboro, I want to go over there. I really want to show the culture. I really want to bring something, bring some value to it. And he was like, man, Riceboro? I was like, what do you mean? Why you say it like that? And then he was like, man, they real country out there, man. They're this. And I was like, their way of living. I was like, their way of living is better than our way of living. You know what I mean? Here in the city, man, nobody's looking out for each other. You have this skewed view of materialism. You know what I mean? Everybody wants the next thing, or they're willing to step over the next person to get it.
Yeah.
But in smaller cities and smaller towns like that, you don't got that as much. You have people that's willing. Yeah, but it's not going to be flashing. Everything's
Yeah, I
not
just
going to
about
be
to say
brand new.
it just you know the city is a little just more. It's more faster,
Right.
Like you know, me myself. Don't get me wrong. Like when I be stepping, like when I go visit my family in the country, it be cool and all, but I be ready to get to that city, man. You know what I'm saying? It just something made me like, hey, man, you gotta take me to the city, bro. Like,
But where was you raised? Like, I'll see people come
well,
from the city.
I
to
was
the
raised
country.
in Savannah. I was raised in Savannah. So,
Okay.
but I really don't consider Savannah like. I done been to some fast places. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta ain't even fast enough. Like I done been some places faster than Atlanta.
Oh, you bugging.
real.
Atlanta
For real.
is plenty fast.
Atlanta fast,
It's a
bro.
metro.
But, bro,
What are you talking about?
Bro, I don't know because when
It's
I get
spread out, though.
Yeah, I just about to say that.
You're right.
It really, so, you got to think about Atlanta.
It's not like Houston.
I'm not talking about. All right, I just what I'm about to say. I'm not talking about like Atlanta's just Atlanta. Atlanta really is ran by the outskirts of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So if you just talking about Atlanta, you ain't talking about nothing. Because when people talk about Atlanta, they ain't talking about the middle Atlanta. They talking about Decatur, Gwinnett. You know what I'm saying? McDowell. You know what I'm saying? That
You got
type
a
of
point.
stuff. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? So that's even like Savannah.
Yeah.
Savannah is an outskirt. If you think about it, because really it's Richmond Hill.
Right.
Hinesville.
Hinesville. You know what I'm saying? Savannah is just the base. You know
Garden
what I'm
City.
saying? Garden City. You know what I'm saying? Port Wentworth, Rankin. All that's on the outskirts, but that's where most of the people stay at. Is on the outskirts.
But those are the people we're not catering to.
Right.
Right.
And then we wonder, hey, what's going on? Well, we party too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We just don't party the way the city party.
Right.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we party. Look,
Yeah.
I got aunts and I got uncles and I got cousins. They turn up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But what we try not to do is fight one another. You know, there's a big difference in turning up and having
And
a
then
good
fighting.
time.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I just think the way the world works today is you can be mad at a stranger. You know what I'm saying? But your best friend, you gonna rake him over the coals 10 times fold.
yeah,
And then that
yeah.
stranger, he cool with you tomorrow, but he did the worst thing to you.
Yeah.
It's your
Yeah.
friend that barely did anything, and you known him all your life. So here in Savannah, it's just grudges for no reason. Like, you mad at people for the wrong reasons,
Yeah.
and you hold on to it, and you wonder why we not getting anywhere. Why you mad, though?
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
that.
So-
But all we could do is focus on the positivity positivity though, like bring more positivity
and Savannah could be further than what it is. It really could. You know what I'm saying? If everybody just put their heads together and connect on on one thing, not even 5 things, just one thing, and just come together and put that the work. With the many people you got doing something, we should be able to do something in Savannah. We should have to go to Atlanta to be known. You know what I'm saying? It's right here.
Like support. We say, hey, everybody is standing on we support our black people.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm black. That's just what I am. Just like they say, we was born by ourselves.
Yeah.
So you can support us till the day you die. That's fine. But your support should come on the basis of the respect of who's doing what. So if you got me on your podcast, you have your rules. You may say what I can't say and what I must not say, but these are your rules to follow, right? So therefore, my support is being on here and following your rules, but at the same time, getting myself out there. But I realize since I've been in Savannah, when I hear support ain't what support is.
Right.
Now, when you guys walked in the door, you saw a group of guys in here, which is my support team. And what I call them my support team, just for the simple fact is the Q Dogs have always been with me from day one. I met one and then I met 10. At the same time, they respect my place of business. You know, when they come in, they show me respect. I had one event with them where we did something with younger Q Dogs. It didn't go the way we discussed it based on my rules. So my older Q Dogs stood outside, say, cut the music. They brought all these young men to a standstill and say, hey, look, she respect us. We like coming here. And what you're not about to do is cause us not to come back. See, to me, that's support. When you bring something to the table and you see that things ain't right, you need to stand in front of it because I'm doing business with you because I respect your way of looking at life, not the people you're dealing with. So at the end of the day, I respect those who respect me and my place of business. If you're saying we're supporting black-owned businesses, do that. Don't come in here and tell me what I should do because you don't like the way I'm doing it so you can, because you're black.
Because you're black,
So I get a lot of that since I've been in here, what I should be doing. But guess what? You've been everywhere in town, and y'all been doing what y'all doing, and it ain't working.
It ain't work. Right.
So don't come to me and tell me how I should do things the way they're doing it around town when it's not working.
Right.
So do you think us as black people, we look at support different, or do we? What's your definition of support?
Okay, so my definition of support is supporting those who support you. And what I mean by that is you have a lot of entrepreneurs that say, I got here by myself. But I didn't. Just like I mentioned the kid, and I mentioned, Roy. And then I can mention my mother and my father and, like I said, the Q Dogs. Nothing got me here by myself. And until people realize that, then they can understand support. You support those who support you because you know you didn't get there by yourself. But if you're not humble enough to realize that you didn't get nowhere by yourself,
it's not going.
Then you're not. It's just not going to happen, and you're not a supporter. You only support yourself. You don't support nobody else.
Do you think people get lost in that?
I truly believe so.
When oh, nobody's no supporting me, but it's like, who you support?
That right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I had a similar conversation with one of my cousins, and she felt like, as a family, we didn't support her. So I said, well, you know where I live? She said, no. Okay, so if you don't know where I live, and I know where you live, it goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? So you don't say, hey, like one of those people who say, hey, man, you don't never call me. But you don't ever call me. Now, you want me to return a favor, but you ain't never calling me.
You know people do that these days, though.
Yeah, that's why you're not getting a call back.
They expect something without giving out that same type.
People expectations be too much on other people. You know what I'm saying? That type of job. But, okay, question. What got you into bartending?
Oh, really? Okay, so...
What, matter of fact, not just bartending, what made you want to invest your money and your time into this?
I love to cook at heart. So, cooking is a passion of mine. The bar part was a plus. There's not, like, everybody does something that they love. Like, I truly believe that you love podcasting. So at the end of the day, cooking and seeing a smile on somebody's face, whether it was in a bar setting or if it was just home, to feed someone, just knowing that I can put food on a plate, and if you was hungry, and regardless if you came here and didn't have the money, I'm that type of person to say, here's a meal. So to know that, you know, I could do that, and I've worked all my life, and God gave me a platform to do so. That's kind of what got me into the bar scene, is that I was going to be able to give something back to people that didn't have it. You know, so just like you guys are giving us a voice and a place to put, if we didn't have a place to sit down and discuss this, then where would we do it?
Right.
So thank God
we
for
could do it
that.
in the parking lot, you know.
We can do it anywhere. You know what they say, a church is not a building. So hey, look, we can do anything anywhere.
Fact.
Love is, to me, it's about love and supporting your people. I will support anybody, whether I like it or not. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you say her prices are too high, or if I went someplace and your price is above my means, I will pick something on your menu that I can't afford. I don't even have to talk about your prices being high. I just can't afford it, but somebody else can. So the fact that we go around and do that to the people, like, oh man, I ain't buying nothing from him because his price too high.
Right.
Are you in my business? Did you have to go purchase this stuff? Before you tell me my price too high, how about you go and purchase it? You know, I have people come in and say, man, I spent a lot of money and y'all want me to pay to come in the door. Okay, so here's my question to those people. When you go grocery shopping at Kroger, you say, well, I grocery shop here every day. You gonna give me some free groceries? I'm trying to understand.
Hey, you go to Club South Beach, you gonna pay damn near $50 or $100 to get in that bit before you even buy a drink. You feel? You right? That's real.
So that's my question to you guys. Like, where do we get this mentality that
you know? I mean, it's just a society. I ain't gonna say that people just look for something not to have nothing, but cause we get the same type of stuff sometimes. It done been people we done interviewed, and it's like, damn, why we interviewed this person? You know what I'm saying? Like, for what? It's not even that. The simple fact that the interview wasn't good. We trying to help you out, and you not even doing nothing to help you. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you ain't gotta do nothing. We already putting the audio out for you. We recording you. We putting rails out with you. We got you on YouTube. And you can't share it. It's yours.
It's yours.
It's yours, bro. This shit got your name on it. You know what I'm saying? The more you push it, the better. And you ain't helping us. You know what I'm saying? Because we gonna get our crowd. We gonna get our followers anyway. This helps you, bro. You know what I'm saying? The more you push this, the more you put this out, this helps you. This show people that, okay, somebody interested in listening to what I got to say. So, bam, here y'all go. But people don't look at it. They think they doing us a favor by sharing it, posting it, tagging it. You ain't doing me no favor, bro, because guess what? I'm gonna share it and tag you in it. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter.
A lot of people put their own value on it too, right? They put what they think the value of it on your thing instead of really researching what you got going on, especially for me with photography, right? A lot of people don't understand why photography is as expensive as it is. They're like, man, it's just pictures. I could just get my phone and take a picture. Then do it.
But it's not the same.
You know what I'm saying? Then do it. Like, that's why I will always tell them, then do it. But the reason my prices are the reason my prices are is because of my equipment, because of the time I put into it, because of the editing software that I buy, because of all my expertise and stuff that I've learned throughout these years.
Because I got a studio.
That's why. You know what I mean? Are you paying for, if you're looking for the cheapest thing, you can get the cheapest thing, go ahead. But if you're looking for what I'm offering, then you're gonna pay my prices. You know what I mean? I take into consideration what goes into my prices. So it's not like I'm just arbitrarily throwing out some number out here. No.
Yeah, because
my prices is my prices.
If you went to a studio and took a whole family portrait, it's not cheap.
I'm telling you, I know.
They sit you in front of a screen. They had you take 20 different poses.
And you only gonna pick 3 of them.
There you go. And that already costs the grip.
Yeah.
But you would pay that though.
But they would pay gladly.
But we didn't complain about prices.
You know
when
what?
We walked in the door.
You know what? When it comes to my people, I think we really have a problem of just seeing somebody that we know or somebody that we see around win.
I
feel like that sometimes. Like me myself, if I just like saying, if somebody I know was doing something or pushing something, and I know, you know what I'm saying, like, hey, this dude he on to something, you know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't I support that? Like, we from the same block, same neighborhood. I don't even care if we from the same block. We from the same city. You know what I'm saying?
Because they think if you win, then they lose.
You're not gonna do nothing for them or something.
Or that they lose. Or if they can't do it, then okay, that person thinks they're better than me because I don't think that I can do it. That's their own self-consciousness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but everybody have something that I could do better than you can, or you could do better than me. You know what I'm
They
saying?
don't think about that.
That's
They're focusing more on what you got going on, since they didn't decide to do whatever they wanted to do with their life. So they're sitting in that misery already.
You know what
but
they
then
say,
you decided.
misery love company.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So now you got something going on. You decided to take the lumps, the bruises, and everything to start something from the ground up.
Yeah.
And then once they see you succeed, now they don't
They want
think
a
you.
part.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then when you be like, nah, dude, I ain't messing with you. Now you a hater. Now you think you better than everybody else.
Yeah.
So my thing is, what do y'all think about hating? Because this is how I feel about the situation. You don't become a hater until you don't look at, like, see how the two of you guys are doing what y'all doing right now. Say he comes up, right?
Yeah.
And then you just kind of still doing you, but he says nothing about you when he comes up, as if this whole podcast been him the whole time. Now when you say, hey look, dude didn't make it by himself, you become the hater. No, you was never the hater. You just spoke truth. So a hater is always the truth speaker. If y'all notice.
Yeah, because I'm about to say, I keep
believe
Not
the
always.
haters.
Not always.
I believe the haters sometimes.
I think the real haters muddy the water. So now you don't really know what a hater is. Or a true hater is somebody that's sitting around you, envious, want what you got, all that type of stuff, but they don't want to support you through it. They just want to be around you for the good stuff, and then, man, he's too much to deal with, or I don't like how he moves when it's planning time, when it's execution time. They just want to be there for the win, the confetti, or the party. So those are the real haters, but people don't see it that way. They see them as friends.
You know,
like the people that's
it ain't
taking
that,
shots with you.
It ain't that. Sometimes some people, it's just harder for them to see a snake faster than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? I just like, okay, me. I feel like I tolerate a lot. You know what I'm saying? Not no I'm saying just like in life, but just from people. Like I forgive quick. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody do something to me, I'm the type of person like, oh, whatever. I got this saying is, he know not what he do. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I kind of move. Like,
So you think
somebody,
people don't know right from wrong?
I feel like they know right from wrong. I just feel like at the moment they just feel like they don't know what they're doing. Because sometimes, you know, some people, like, you don't have that friend that them cross you and you don't mess with them no more, but you could see them again and you know they miss you. I feel like he don't know. I feel like they know not what they did. You know what I'm saying? Because they did even think about that. They probably did what they did, but didn't think that it was the cost. It would have lost me as a cost. You know what I'm saying? It would have lost me. So they probably be like, oh, he'll forgive me. You know
Because
what I'm saying?
you always do.
Because you always do.
I'm that person
yeah,
too.
because you always did. But it's just one time like, okay, you know what? I ain't dealing with this person no more. Now this person don't even know what to do now because they like, damn, this person not taking me back no more. So I can't apologize because they not gonna. I don't have people come to me and apologize.
No, but you be letting people live that don't supposed to be living.
See, he tell me that.
He be letting people live that don't supposed to be living. But I get where he's coming from when he says they don't know what they do, right? I think most people are caught up in like
Life.
what they got going on or what their current situation is to even picture it from another person's perspective. So if they run over you, it's not always I meant to run over you. It was I wasn't even looking for you, and I ended up running over you.
Well,
you know
I do this different because I used to go home and be that person that say what I wish I would have said. Like, say if I left this podcast and I'm driving down the road and I'm like, oh, I got in an argument with somebody, and because I'm not an argumentative person, I'm too busy saying what I should have said. Now you done dig me left to right, and I'm taking it. But then I'm like, ooh, man, I should have said X.
See,
I don't do that no more.
I don't know. See, I don't reverse that. See, 'cause I used to be like that. I used to be like, well, you know what? I just ain't gonna say nothing about it. I just stopped messing with this person. My sister one time sat me down. She was like, Alvin, you can't keep doing that. Cause see, I'm the type of person I just cut you off. I ain't gonna explain myself. I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna, when we hang up the phone, I'm not gonna call you no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna call you no more. I'm not gonna talk to you no more. The next time you see me, you might see me. You know what I'm saying?
See, now that's a jerk.
My sister, but see, my sister say, hey man, you can't do that because you're leaving something now that need to be said. So now I just be a straight up nigga about it. I just tell you how I feel. I'm gonna say, all right, this is what I do. I let you say what you gotta say. I say what I gotta say. If we can't come to an agreement, I'm shutting the fuck up on it. I'm throwing it in the trash. Now, if you keep on talking about it, that's your problem. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wait
just
a
don't
minute
talk about.
now.
Just don't come to me about it, because I done said what I had to say. If we can't come out of eye on something that we were speaking about, why keep going back and forth?
Well, let me ask you a question. Why can't we just agree to disagree? You have some
I could do
people.
that. I could do that.
Well, then instead of just
But respect what I said though.
I respect what
Yeah,
you're saying,
you know
but
what
I'm
I'm
the
saying?
type of person that need closure. So if you just
Yeah, I don't need no
but
closure.
See, I do though.
I got my closure.
Yeah, you did. But see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you did something that I didn't get closure on. Now check this out.
But is it my fault that you ain't got that
Yes,
closure?
because at the end of the
It
day,
can
you
be.
did it. You wouldn't let me, just because we didn't agree, right?
Yeah.
You said we can agree to disagree.
Yeah.
So now what if you say, well, baby, look, I understand where you coming from.
Yeah.
Now hear me out where I'm coming from. See, you already told me you actually understood where I was
Yeah.
coming from. You don't have to agree with it.
Yeah.
You done acknowledge it.
Yeah. But I'm not
When
talking about this no more.
But once you did, you already told me you understood.
Yeah.
See, that was the key thing. You can dead it now because now I know you
Yeah,
misunderstood.
I'm not talking about it no more.
Yeah, but
Right.
you said the key word. Look, baby,
Yeah.
I understood
What you said,
where
yeah.
you're coming from.
But even if I don't get it, I'm still not gonna. After we end this topic, I'm not talking about it no more.
Yeah, but I'm cool too.
Yeah,
but
okay,
if you
yeah.
dead it without saying you understood anything that I was
Yeah.
damn saying, then it ain't dead for me. So
Right.
now even though you saying, look, I'm done talking about it.
Yeah, I just be trying to keep my blood pressure low. You know what I'm saying? So I try not to argue at all.
See, I don't always go with the cutoff method that Big
Yeah.
Brother
Yeah,
did.
that right there.
I like to hit them with the slow burn, right?
Yeah.
So this is the slow
Slow
burn, right?
burn?
So
Yeah.
first you let it out. Let out what your frustrations is and all that stuff. And we agreeing to not agree, right?
Yeah.
But if what you're not agreeing with is like a core belief of mine or something that I really find true, then I'm just gonna slowly back out of it. So at first you can be like, "Oh man, Caleb, I normally call you 5 times a week. It'll go to 3,
3 and
Yeah,
2.
yeah.
That's me.
and then
And
once a
I'm
month.
not just gonna do it. I'm just gonna
But look,
that first
I-
call. Boom.
I think
Hey,
y'all
I'm
need to
done
learn
with
from
it.
me.
See,
how
you'll
to
get
do
ops
this.
that way. You get ops that
But I
way.
don't care for the ops. I
Well,
don't
yeah,
care.
this
But
was
I'm
me.
saying you get ops that way.
When I handle it, I just make you feel like you made me feel. So I've been with you long
Yeah.
enough. Hold up. I'm going to make you feel it.
Yeah.
We ain't even got to argue about it. Because you know me long enough. Remember them friendships you said?
Yeah, yeah.
Where we can dead it and you know you miss me?
Yeah.
But guess what? My friends today know they miss me.
Yeah, I know you
But
miss me,
guess
bro.
what? Because when we dead it, when I tell you how I feel,
Yeah.
I promise you you're going to feel.
Yeah.
You're going to
Yeah.
feel how you made me feel, but I'm going to tell you the truth because I know when I was there for you. I know
Yeah.
what I did for you. But when
But-
I dead it and walk away, it's going to eat you in the heart
Yeah.
because I
You know
gave
you lost
the
a friend.
heart.
You lost a friend.
So
You
when
know
I
what I'm
come to
saying?
you, I'm coming to you 100
Yeah, yeah.
because I'm going to leave you feeling what,
Yeah.
what you left
I
me
try to be a
feeling
good
with.
friend. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
You're right.
yeah, when I'm gone, you gon' know
You
that.
gonna know.
And I'm the type of person. Once I learn how to live without you, I don't need you.
I don't need you no more.
You know what I'm saying? So
Don't let me
cut
get
you
used
up.
to it. Don't let me get used to
Don't
it.
let me get used to it. You
Don't
know what
let
I'm
me
saying?
get
Like,
used to it.
damn, I ain't talked to bros and such and such, such, such. I ain't even miss them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm the type of person, I tell you, like I told y'all when we started, I'm loud. Well, guess what? You better love my loudness because when I stop talking, I don't care.
yeah,
That's
you
See,
louder.
it's that
It's louder.
That
actually.
silence.
That silence is louder than what they're hearing
I'm
now.
done.
They hear everything.
Yeah.
But speaking of friends though, what type of crowd for the bar setting do you aim for? Did you have a certain crowd that you was aiming for, or is it like whoever?
Well,
The more the merrier.
the more the merrier. I love people in general. All I ask is we have respectable people. You know how we all trying to build that respectable crowd. You want respectable people on your show. I also want respectable people around me. For me, it's not so much your age, it's so much your respect, morals, and values. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Walking into a building, like for instance, my older people can say, this is not throwing shade or being funny by no means. Like if I had some older people walk in my bathroom and I was out of toilet tissue, let's just give an example, or
Yeah.
paper towel. Do you know they come and say, hey, there's no toilet tissue.
Yeah, they supposed to. Yeah, you're right.
These young people,
They
I
do.
go in there, they're using my paper towels for toilet tissue as if I didn't, like I said, I didn't have none or something. Did you even come and tell me they steal my soap? What is y'all doing with
but you know,
hand
it's
soap?
a different breed nowadays.
Yes, that's what
You
I'm
know
saying. So that's the kind of breed I don't want. I mean, everybody was raised a certain way.
Right.
And I know your parents raised you right from
They weren't,
wrong
though.
and
They
respect.
weren't, though.
And since you guys don't have that, I don't want you in my place of
Yeah,
business.
yeah.
If you have no moral respect for yourself or elderly people, and if somebody elderly could say something to you and you can rightfully curse them out with no remorse, I don't want your business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because to me, that shows the type of respect you have for your parents and everybody surrounding you. And therefore, you won't have no respect for me or my business.
Morals over money.
There you go.
Yeah.
Morals over money.
All money ain't good money.
All right, I just about to ask you that. Do you feel like that, though? Do you really feel all money ain't good money?
All money ain't good money. Because here's what you can think. You can step, like, for instance, I'll take a penny over $1. Because you know what? That $1 I could have got really fast. And you know what they say, just how God gave it to you, he can take it away. You know what I'm saying? But I had to work hard for a penny. You see what I'm saying? That $1, somebody just threw it at me because they can. And because they got it, but their money wasn't good. That $1 cost me more havoc than the penny that I found on the floor. So all money ain't good money. I'll take a penny over $1.
Sure would. Not all pennies.
Not all pennies.
I go with a quarter.
Or hey, look, you can give me 4 quarters instead of the $1.
You know,
at least I can work with the 4 quarters. Them two different things.
Right.
But you give me one whole $1, something that's shady.
Same, right.
And then, hey, look, you ever heard of sickening money? I tell some of my family members they got that sickening money. You know, that money that, I was just here last week. I had spent 20. You got that sickening damn money. I don't even want you to come back because every week there's something new with you.
Yeah. Hey. All right. Question.
I never heard of it. I never. Hold on, break that down one more time.
Sickening money.
Sickening money.
That's sickening money.
Hey.
Just like say if one of your friends say, "Hey, you let me borrow $20." Now you gave this dude $20, and next week
I don't let nobody borrow $20 because they're gonna come and ask me for another $1 in 2 days.
So guess what you tell them? I don't want that sickening shit. You keep them 20. You don't
you
even
keep that.
owe me. I don't even want it back.
I'm the type of person that I give you $40, so you don't have to come back and
ask me
and
again.
get what? Yeah, get what? Oh, I'm gonna pay you back. All right. And I'll never see that person again. I'd be cool though. I'd be like, hey boy, it's a $40. Yeah, it was cheap to get rid of you.
Cheap.
You know what I'm saying? Like
especially if they start moving different and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'd have been gave you the $40. You know
so
what
I
I'm
ain't got to see you
Yeah, I ain't
again.
got to see you no more.
What?
Question though, I got a question though. I want to ask this. What's the difference? What's the real difference between the liquors, the brand of the liquor, but what's the difference between top shelf and bottom shelf? Like really, like what's the besides the price? What's the, you know what I'm saying?
Normally it is the price.
Because look, guess what? I could buy something top shelf, but I could buy something bottom shelf, but they both gonna get me there. So like,
it's not about getting there though.
To be honest, since I ran a bar, to me, I feel like people don't really know they liquor anyway.
That's what I'm about to say, because you can tell somebody top shelf and just get them some Don Julio. I mean, not no Don Julio, but
not everybody.
But
not everybody. Yeah,
you got to know. Like I say, true drinkers. If you a sipper of cognac or whiskey, then to me that's a top shelf drinker. If you are just a shot, you sip your alcohol. Then you drinking something expensive. You waiting for the flavor. Just like smoking a cigar, you don't inhale, you just puff because you're trying to get a flavor. So same thing with top shelf liquor. If it's a top shelf liquor, you don't even want it mixed with shit. To be honest,
yeah, you're right. You're right. I want it straight. Yeah, I want it straight. If I get something top shelf, I want it straight.
Yeah, you don't want it mixed with anything. So that's why a lot of people be flexing, because if you ain't that's what y'all call it, flexing.
No, because I only asked that because I don't have some Don and got ripped, but I don't also have some Jose Cuervo. You know what I'm saying?
But that's just because of alcohol. Alcohol is
gonna get you ripped.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So
now you also can look at the proof. How much alcohol is in that liquor. So most tequila could be 100 proof. So technically you may get more lit, but you may drink less liquor. So you should be looking at whether you're drinking more of that brand or less of that brand, and which one getting you there faster. So they both gonna get you drunk, but which one getting you there faster?
Yeah, when I'm out and about having fun, I'm a one drink person. I'll probably get like a top shelf Long Island or something.
Well, that's like 6 different liquors. You talking?
Yeah, and I know it's gonna get me. That's why I only need that one. I'm not a drink. Like I don't like drinking. Like I like to try to be on point when I'm around. And I'm usually the designated driver, so I just get one drink. And because like I say, my wife can drink. So if we together, she drive. I'm driving. She on the pedal side.
Yeah, speaking of DDs though, how many people have you had to cut off?
Yeah.
Oh, I cut off people all the time. Oh, this nigga.
Is it a cutoff?
So what's the average?
So what's the cutoff? What's the cutoff? Like after how many drinks do you cut a person off?
When you can tell when somebody had a little too much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, if you get a little extra, or it depends on your conversation.
I don't know though, because he could drink, and he'll drink.
Yeah,
and you won't really know. You won't tell.
But yes, you will, because it depends on his demeanor is going to change.
Correct.
You're around him enough to know that he's not going to be the same person after 5 drinks.
I don't
Something
know.
about him is going to change. His vocabulary is it going to slow down, or he ain't going to remember some
I
shit.
done been around this man, bro. I don't know.
So you tell
I
me.
definitely black out drunk, and you're gonna tell.
You can tell. You look like you can tell.
Yeah,
I don't know. We done had about 3-4 drinks, and this man was still getting up, walking.
Okay,
Like-
so just like you could tell when somebody has smoked too much marijuana, and like I call it wacky tobacco. So you can tell that they done smoked too much wacky tobacco.
Yeah.
Because some people like, I ain't high. And I was like, yes, you is, because when you get high, you show your teeth. And then some people, they got shades on. But what they didn't realize is, I ain't even looking at your eyes. Your whole face look high, even behind the shades. Like, I don't even know what you put the shades on. Your face is high. Like, it's a high face. Like, I don't even know how your face look high. And then like
That's the first time I heard that. Yeah,
seriously,
you
you
right.
be
It is,
all
though.
oily, you know, like your face got oil and all the, because you can't keep your smile together. So even though you got the shades on, you trying to hide the eyes, but your smile is here, and you laughing at every damn thing that nobody else laughing at, and we're trying to figure out what the fuck is so funny.
Stay off that wacky tobacco.
Wacky tobacco.
Wacky tobacco. That's a new word right there.
But how often do you normally have to cut people off whenever it comes to drinks, or are
I
people over?
normally don't have to be honest. Like with my guys, like for instance, they know they limits to a point. So if they like had too many Big Boy Roys, because that got a lot of shit in it, then they be like, nah, I'm good. Even Big Boy Roy can't even hang with Big Boy Roy. So, you know, you got some drinks people just can't drink a lot of.
Right.
Yeah.
Me personally, I ask people if they okay.
Yeah.
So I'm that bartender to be like, you know, you good? And then if I've given you too many drinks and you and him, I'm be like, which one of y'all driving? So that's gonna be my cutoff limit if you say he driving. But yeah, he had 4 more than you did, so we just not gonna give him no more.
Right,
So
yeah.
to me, those are the questions I ask to determine if I'm just gonna cut you off. Which one of y'all driving?
Yeah.
Especially if I'm the one that's giving you the alcohol.
Do you have a taxi person you automatically call for people?
Ooh, I got a Uber guy on
Oh,
standby.
all right. See, okay, that's good then. That's good.
Yeah.
That's real good.
It's real good because some people don't care. Like some bar owners, and it's against the law. Some places, if like somebody from your bar goes
Yeah.
out and
So
does something
that
crazy.
right there. So
Yeah.
that's my biggest thing too. Everybody be wanting to have these events, and y'all want to see people get effed up and all these different things. But me as a bar owner, it's my license at Jeopardy.
fact.
It's not you guys' license at Jeopardy. It's about, oh well, y'all ain't packed, y'all ain't busy. At the same time, I'm concerned about my license. Y'all can have all the events y'all want to, but y'all not worrying about how much alcohol these people are consuming.
Facts.
I've watched people leave my building and go the opposite way head on traffic. I've had to run people down. Like, how did you turn in here and think that you can go back out this way?
Yeah,
And
that way, this way?
this way, head on
Wow.
traffic. They pulling straight out going this
Yeah.
way. They ain't even making a U-turn. But here's the crazy thing, y'all. It's not the alcohol that got them discombobulated.
Yeah.
They done sat in my parking lot and smoked whatever kind of loud or whatever bananas and
No
wacky
She
pecans
said about the wacky
She back
tobacco.
with the wacky
No, because
tobacco.
now that's way worse than the wacky tobacco. It's got rainbows and woo-woos and bam-bams and chocolate chips and cookies. I don't even really know what all this shit is. But at the same time, they out there smoking all this shit. Now they mind ain't right. Judge, you need to test them for alcohol and marijuana. Find out what the hell they just
Well,
put in their mind.
you know,
Fuck all that.
marijuana. They consider you get a DUI if they
Yeah,
consider you
because
too
that's
high
high
on
too.
marijuana.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna need you to double DUI these motherfuckers. It wasn't my alcohol.
Yeah, they give you a DUI.
It was something else.
But you're right though, because what Parker's just got sued for the exact same thing. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So yeah, they had to come up about 15 million.
I ain't got 15 minutes, so
Okay, some people you gotta cut off, or some people be doing this. But has anybody got out of control in your bar that you
No.
felt as though? Okay,
You ain't never had to call the law.
no. And
Okay,
here's the
that's good.
that's because of
That's
my
great.
rules.
This Garden City too, so that's real good.
Well, no, I'm not in Garden City.
This is Garden City.
Baby, I'm in the county. See, this is what everybody keeps.
So Garden City stops at the light then.
Yeah, right
It's
at
farther that
Dean
way.
Forest.
Oh, all right.
So
all
Dean
right.
Forest.
I
is
thought it
got-
was Garden City. My bad.
So right where that little plaza at, where the Mexican restaurants are, that's where you see Garden City stop. I'm in the city. So a lot of people, here's my other thing, everybody out there, hey, how y'all doing? I don't come on this side of town because of the police.
Yeah, me too.
To me, that is the ignorant statement I ever heard.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't like Richmond Hill. Shit, I used to be scared to go through Richmond Hill.
I'm from Richmond Hill, and so am I. But
man, the last time
So
I
you
went
haven't noticed that the police in Richmond Hill stop people more.
Hold on, I do. I said,
Okay, I'm just making sure. I was like, hold up.
So am I. But here's the thing: when you from someplace, don't you know how to move? So the fact that I'm born and raised Richmond Hill, I know exactly where to move, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not from Richmond Hill, tell me why you're gonna drive in the heart of Richmond Hill, DUI, mind you, where the police station is. And then say Richmond Hill got the hardest police. So guess what? Since I'm from Richmond Hill, and if I was to come to Savannah, and we come to Savannah to the party, guess what? We're going to get on 204. We're going to get off 95, off the exit, and then we're going to go to our desert. We are not riding in the heart of Richmond Hill.
Absolutely
where
not.
the police
But
station
no, hold on.
is.
I just like say if I go to his house, I gotta go down 17. I mean, I gotta get on even when I get off 95.
You on 17
even
for
when
half a second.
But
We
even when I
ain't
get off
gonna get
95,
crazy.
but-
We ain't trying to have
hold
people
on,
know where I live.
No,
Ain't-
hold up. The police always sitting right there.
Yeah,
Right, but
but
guess
I
what?
told you
They
that.
not bothering you.
I told
Thank
you.
you.
I was like, yo, the
know
police
they
right there. Slow down. Slow
So
down
you know
for a
where they
second.
at, right?
Yeah.
So I know where they
well,
at.
cool.
So see, now that you know where they at when you go to their house, right? Don't you know to slow down?
Man,
I know every time.
Richmond
time.
Hill and Port Wentworth is two of the places I don't care for too much riding through. You
And
know?
I put
Okay,
my
well,
thing
so
in
my-
cruise control and I'm good.
So I guess my point was to say this, to say that it doesn't matter where you at, whether it was Richmond Hill, Port Wentworth. If you DUI and you ain't 10 to 2 and you go over that line and the police there, he's gonna stop you. I don't care if you was downtown on the east side, the west side, underneath the bridge. You're gonna get stopped if you're not driving. So that's why I say those statements are ignorant. If you gonna support me, support me.
Yeah,
Don't make
yeah,
the
yeah.
statement about
like you too
this
far.
side. I'm too
Yeah,
far. This
yeah.
side of town got the police, because it doesn't matter where you at. I done got tickets speeding. Did it matter whether I was on the south side or the east side?
you go. It's a
Doesn't
ticket.
matter where you get
right.
a ticket at.
You right.
So either you're gonna support or you're not.
Yeah.
Excuses are excuses.
Yeah.
Everybody got one.
Know when to stop drinking. If you feel like you gonna be DUI, hey, look, I know not to drink, and I own the bar, so
Yeah.
I don't sit here and consume alcohol and say, hey, look, I'm gonna drive to Richmond Hill to my mama's house. I know. Most likely, I'm like everybody else. I'm gonna get stopped too. Just let's just use our common sense. Drive safely.
Fact.
Click it or ticket.
Click it or ticket. Do not drink and drive.
Yeah, don't drink and drive.
But it's funny that you said that, because you're right. I'm a firm believer that if people wanted to do it, they'll do it.
Yeah.
Right? So you don't have to keep asking somebody to do something or keep supporting. If they wanted to support you, they will.
would.
So setting up your expectations that this person should be supporting me is just setting yourself up for failure. So if they're supporting, they're supporting. If they're not, then they're not my supporter. That is
There
a
you go.
fact. It's the truth.
Yeah.
But
So I have a question for you guys.
come on with it. Come on with it.
And I think he would know the answer, but I want y'all to answer. What is snitching? It's been a big issue for me that I don't understand, and I have my own belief about it. So I need you guys.
Talking about like a snitching as far as being a citizen snitching or being a street snitching.
There's a difference.
She's asking.
I have no idea.
I get mad when people be like, oh man, he's a citizen and he snitched. You still a snitch. I mean, I look at it like this. Telling. I feel like if you tell on not
negative.
Hold up now. Hold on. Let me make sure I say it right. Let me make sure I say it right. Now, if I'm not gonna say if you witness a crime and you seen somebody get their head blown off, you're not supposed to say nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I thought that's what you're saying.
I mean, let me change. Let me say it correct.
I'm just making sure too.
If I say I'm in the streets and this is what I do, like I'm out here shooting people and people shooting at me,
okay,
I'm not supposed to snitch. Now, if you a citizen and you standing across the street and you see me blow somebody's head off,
I'm supposed to tell.
You can tell. If you feel like, you can tell now.
Because you are a danger to my community.
You taking chances when you snitch because you don't know somebody gonna come get you or not. But
they could try.
But you have all rights to snitch. But if I'm out here living this life and I'm out here doing this life and I'm saying I'm part of this lifestyle and I tell on people that's doing the same lifestyle as me, you're a snitch.
Okay, so I'm glad you put that, because I think that a man like you need to make sure that these kids know that.
Yeah.
Kids are going to jail because they learn the opposite way of snitching. That means don't tell on nothing. First of all, I have a problem with that because I had a close cousin that got himself into the situation.
Yeah.
And he didn't snitch only because of his loyalty to his friends.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have never went where he went. But at the same time, you got people who do the street stuff, and you telling these kids don't be no snitch.
Yeah.
But you putting them in a situation where they're liable to go to prison
For the rest of their
life because you guys are on the snitch thing as if what they see is wrong, they shouldn't tell.
Yeah.
That's not true. Like I'm with you. Like I'm not going to do 20 years in prison because of something I have nothing to do
me
with.
myself now.
No, that's still being snitch. Hold up. That's still being snitch. Because all right, let's just check it out. According to Bro's definition, right? According to Bro's definition, that if you decide to be part of the street life, if you get in this car with us, deciding to be part of the street life, if you snitch, regardless if you did the thing or not, then you're snitch.
Now,
if you're just a regular person, like as in, this is my cousin, this is my cousin, I'm just hanging out with my cousin, and it happens that my cousin was into something else, that's between you and your family. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you consider a snitch in that instance, but that's gonna be between you and your family. You know what I mean? Or you and your friends.
I'm gonna say this now. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. If I'm in the car with somebody and there are drugs in this car, and you know they're your drug, bro, I ain't gonna rat. But if it get to that fault now, hey, bro. But all I'm gonna say is we need to be 21. We need to be 21 about this situation because I'm not going to jail for something that's not mine.
He said he's not. He said he is not telling on himself because that's snitching too, right? So everybody be quiet, right?
No,
you can't make stipulations on the
because bro, if it's my drug, if it's my dope or whatever, like if it's my gun or whatever, I'm in the car, I'm gonna claim it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna send everybody else to jail behind something behind my actions.
That right
okay,
there.
you know I don't claim it. Okay, so we're both in the car. Me and you.
I'm just gonna keep telling the police it's not mine.
Y'all all going to jail.
And when we get in the cell, I'm gonna hurt you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
So now you want to stay longer.
Hey, bro, like.
He gonna beat me up. See, I told you it wasn't mine.
Why are you beating him up so he can take the charge?
He was trying to make me take the charge.
I'm just saying though, nah, bro. But see, I'm not. So I'm not riding around. I'm not riding around with no homeboy because like we all like. I mean, it's a different game now. Because when I was growing up, if we got caught up with something, we claimed our own stuff. You know what I'm saying? We ain't let the whole team go down for one person. Like if we get pulled over this mine, hey, bro, I'm gonna take this charge. Y'all come get me. You know what I'm saying? If I get a bond, come get me. Because if we all go to jail, who gonna come get who? You know what I'm saying? So it's a different.
So I thought the code was just don't talk.
Yeah, that's the code. But it's the street. It's the whole street thing is. I really feel like it ain't no streets.
I'm not defending. I'm not defending no code, right? So I have my own code as a man. I don't defend. I don't defend no street. Street code because I think street code is hypocritical.
Thank you.
Right. So, but I be liking to highlight the hypocritical nature of the street life
code.
Because you're saying, okay, I can't. Because in this scenario that you're talking about, you're going to prison, right? You're going to prison with me because I'm not snitching on myself,
and you're not gonna snitch either.
And you're not snitching on me.
So we're doing
going
to prison.
So you're gonna beat me up? I just didn't snitch on myself. I didn't snitch on you.
So neither one of us snitched. So why are you mad at me?
Because then we start blame game, right?
Yeah.
You'll be like,
I'm gonna get my lawyer. I gotta file. I'm gonna let my lawyer do it. He'll work.
If your lawyer snitch, you're still snitch.
So now you done told your lawyer it's his shit.
No, I'm just gonna tell the lawyer it ain't mine.
Well, you told the police that too. And y'all both
and I'm gonna stick to that line.
Sticking to the story.
Really, 9 out of 10 though, whoever driving, that's who they gonna put it on anyway.
Correct. But you're driving. You know you always drive, right?
So,
you know what I'm saying?
So clearly,
I don't know, but like we had this argument before. The whole street thing is dead anyway. I feel like that.
So anyway. I guess my biggest
thing
was
there's no morals anyway.
It wasn't so much about that part of the snitching. It was so much of seeing somebody die with the drive-by things, like, and the fact that somebody lost their life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To me, that's what bothers me when you come to the no snitching.
Yeah.
I understood all the Black Lives Matters and all that different stuff, but at the same time, it was that right there that bothered me.
Yeah.
You know, that you can know that Johnny down the street popped Peter, but we not going to say nothing because Johnny can come back for us. But what about Peter family? You know what I'm saying? But we knew Miss Barbara and Mr. Johnny, and they was really good people. They fed all the kids in the neighborhood, and their son just died. But we ain't no snitch. So You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't get the non-snitch. You know, like, why would you stay on the non-snitching thing when it is, if somebody's losing their lives and you know who could have killed them? This ain't no, I mean, Billy Bob just was sitting on the porch. He don't even mess with nobody. Let's just think about the dude that don't fuck with nobody.
Yeah. Always be the one that get hit.
But we're not gonna snitch though.
But they trick themselves, right? They trick themselves into thinking that not being under the law. I could understand people in their mentality that don't want to be up under corrupt law or corrupt government, all that stuff. I could understand that. But pivoting from there, right? So if you're gonna hold a code, right, hold the code. Right? So if the young boy just was trying to be a hooper and all this stuff, get smacked out here in the middle of nowhere just because of altercation in the bar, we supposed to be finding this person, right?
There you go.
We're supposed to be making sure that this person is not a threat to society. But that's not what happens,
That's
right?
not what's
What
going
happens is that
That's right, you're
there's
right.
people glorifying this dude for smacking him or killing this dude, and the people that know about it aren't telling the
saying
police
anything.
because this guy's gonna do something. So we're in fear. So that's the code of the street. As long as somebody's scared of me,
I feel
then
that.
I'm in power. Nah, that ain't street to me. That ain't real to me. You know what I mean? Anybody could be scared.
Yeah, you right.
Anybody,
you right.
all you gotta do is go kill somebody. All you gotta do is go fight somebody, beat somebody up. It's easy to make people scared of you.
I just feel like if you live that lifestyle, bro, live that lifestyle. Don't live that lifestyle.
Don't jump back and forth.
Yeah, don't live that lifestyle. And then once something come bite you in your ass, I'm not doing that. You
I
know
can
what I'm
see
saying? If you did something to somebody, disrespected for it to come towards you, you know what I'm saying? If you killed somebody, brother, just know it might come back and bite you in your ass. You know what I'm saying? So just don't kill somebody to be like, oh, I'm Christian, I'm about to go change my life.
Nope.
Nah, bro.
That's not how it works.
You need to live that lifestyle there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people start something and then like, oh, they gang banging, and then once they get in some deep jive, I'm not a gang banger no more. Yeah, I done changed my life around. No, bro, because you done cross somebody now. You know what I'm saying? You done played that part. So you got to stick by that rules.
I mean, God forgives for sure. But people don't.
Straight up, that's real.
So
real.
just know that karma is in this physical realm. So you better know that it's gonna come back for you if you go and
So
put
we
out
sit
somebody.
here and we ask for all this love and support. And like I said, when I talk about what's going on in the Savannah and the shootings and stuff, they be like, oh, that's them young churn.
Yeah.
But okay, them young children got parents. Like either your parent was in the street too, or your daddy was my daddy was the biggest drug dealer, or my uncle was the biggest drug dealer.
What's that to be proud of?
What is that to be proud of? But guess what? Somebody in your family told you that story. See how that's what bothers me the most is that even dudes that's been in prison, that's now got jobs, what you not teaching the young churn is how you was in prison forever, and now you only doing good because you work a 9 to 5. It wasn't the drug money that got you that big house and that car. It's the job you got today that got you that shit.
Well, that's one of the reasons we do this. That's one of the reasons I do this show. I used to run the streets and stuff like that. And when, like I tell everybody, I mean, don't get me wrong, I made nice money in the streets, you know what I'm saying? But me working a 9 to 5, getting my credit straight, you know what I'm saying? Doing what I'm supposed to in my citizen knows what it's called civilian life. You know what I'm saying? It got me the house, the cars. I used to hustle and I ain't never went on trips. I go on trips.
Just now, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't let bro just underneath himself, man. He's a great dad. He's a great husband. He's a great all these things, man. He didn't change.
But I left the streets alone, though.
Right, and that's why he's unk now.
I straight got out of it. You know
And see,
what I'm saying?
there's need to be more people like you that can leave the street alone, but also teach too. There's no sense of speaking about your past life
If you can't talk to how to change somebody's mind, you know what I'm saying? You right.
Yeah, because I noticed that the dudes that's in the streets, you only talk to the young kids about how you was in the streets, not about how they can do better by not being in the streets.
Yeah, facts.
So I think that is what your young kids are missing, and that's why they still shooting and doing what they doing. Is because
you're right.
Mentorship program.
I agree with that.
It should be better mentorship programs because I think some people go about it in a negative way. So I think you can get somebody away from the streets without glorifying the streets. Because they think that for this young person to hear me is for me to say, yo, I went through the same things as you, but they don't pivot from there, right? They don't try to make them avoid going through the same things. Some of these OGs be saying like, "No, you gotta get your stripes." What? You should be teaching me what not to do.
And that's the wrong OG.
Right.
That's the wrong aunt to listen to, y'all. If your aunt if your big homie telling you something that's gonna put you in jail, he ain't telling you no different. That's the wrong big homie. That's the wrong big homie. Like I consider myself a big homie, and I tell all my everybody who listen to me, bro, you could do better. You know what I'm saying? You don't need none of this. I don't even push them to do in the streets. Do your music, go play sports. I even pull up at your basketball game to watch you just to show y'all support. I don't condone none of that. You know what I'm saying? And if they is, and I talk to them and they still doing it, I always try to tell you can find better, bro. I know what you're doing now, but bro, believe me, put it towards something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, if your big homie telling you to crash out, that's no big homie. And that's facts.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
We all in agreement of that, man. We need better mentors and all that stuff. You need a mentor. Check us out on the Bullring podcast.
There you go.
You can get people that really want the best for you, really want to see you succeed, and really want to help support you to get you there.
I'll help you get your own show.
But
you feel me?
A more lighthearted question.
Show, so, hey, look.
This fast. You want to talk about that?
Yeah.
We can talk about that. We can talk about. Okay, we was gonna wait a little bit before we started talking about that, but we have been in talks about a bar talk, but I'll let Big Bro talk about it.
Oh well, just pretty much. We'll be talking about. We have a bartender talking about, but it'll just be pretty much just talking about what's going on in the world.
We also going to
the
talk
differences of, you know what I'm saying, just, you know what I'm saying, men, women, dating, marriage, white, just, you know what I'm saying, common conversation that's be coming up, you know what I'm saying, and get different inputs on it. So now we will have a female input, steady men input. You know what I'm saying? Because I know sometimes it could sound like we on each other's team or something like that.
They are on each other's team.
You know what I'm saying?
You just seen us right here. We basically arguing this whole show.
You know what I'm saying? But all right, since we going that way, and we can like kind of one of our last questions. We probably got one more we can, you know what I'm saying, squeeze it in there. But how you feel about the way of the world of women? You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean by that?
Just the move, how it's going now from like how you grew up to how it's going now.
It's fucked up. Can I say fucked up?
Yeah, you cool.
So I don't agree with nothing the way the women of the world look at things now. Me personally, I feel like your main priority is always your children, whether there's a man in the house or not. You know what I'm saying? I always felt like, okay, I have to feed myself. So I'm not going to starve my child. So even if there was no man to give me, if I wasn't with the father or whatever, I'm not going to not provide for my child because a father wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? And back then, that's what we could say our mothers did. When we sit back and say, single mothers really worked hard. These single mothers nowadays, what you saying you working hard doing, you not really doing. You know what I'm saying? When I say you not really doing it is because if you got to tell a man what he not doing and what you need him to do, then what is it you really doing? So I don't have to go to mine and tell him what I need him to do. He already know what the hell he not doing. What I'm going to do is me. I'm going to make sure my daughter got what she needs, vice versa. But I don't have that problem. I'm just stating facts. But,
facts though.
But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Do it for yours. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be, they father, you didn't make that child by yourself. Ladies, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But if you sit there and wait for him to come to the plate to make sure you and yours is good, then it ain't gonna never be good.
Do you think women, as far as have too much expectations on men nowadays, as far as like, oh, you have to make this certain amount, or you have to live like this kind of lifestyle, or if he's not doing this, I can't be with him type job? You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like that expectation that they put on men nowadays is it too much, or is it what men need? You know what I'm saying?
I think, to be honest, I think it's too much. Like for instance, say you got a father that can't work, but guess what? He got time, so you need a babysitter. You only upset because he can't provide money, but he can provide time. So guess what I need? You to be the babysitter because I got a job. So instead of me spending money that I already don't have for a babysitter, daddy over here just ain't got a job. But guess what he do got? time. So instead of hanging out with homies over here, how about you come on over here and watch these children? Because I got a job, and technically I got to pay the daycare. I ain't got that money either. So since you can't provide for us right now, what you can provide is your time. So if we meet men where they are sometimes, we would be better off.
Know what you have in front of you.
That too. You know what I'm saying? Because if you know, hey, look.
Because sometimes I just feel like female just being some. I'm not gonna say women, because I have older siblings. I have, like, what I mean by older siblings, I'm talking about females that's like in their say about 35 or better. You know what I'm saying? Even some of them done went cuckoo, but you know what I'm saying, you have that they just know that they it was bred different. Like I said, like my sister single, you know what I'm saying, she pay her own bills, she do all that, she don't look for no dude, you know what I'm saying. But you got women who really sit there and be like, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, so I can't be with you, or this not good enough for me, so I can't be with you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I see where you're going at. For me, like I said, I can meet a dude on a bicycle.
Yeah.
I will date a dude on a bicycle. Yeah. Because guess what? He got his own house. See how I look at the whole picture.
That's what I'm saying.
He even though he riding the bike and he got a job, guess who he not living with? His mama. So his priorities together, even his credit score together. Yeah. He just got clearly had.
He probably just need help. We all
right
like I tell a female,
or not even need help, just need time.
Yeah, he need time. His car blew. Yeah. Maybe he got in a bad wreck.
Yeah,
he had a car.
He might need somebody just to show him. You know what I'm saying? He might just need that one chick that could be like, hey, you know what? Let me take my time. He probably ain't had somebody who could show him that he can have this, or he can get this, or he could do this. You know what I'm saying? Some females act like that. Oh, I ain't got time to put no time into no dude.
But
he
you
need
want
to
him to
already
put
have
the time into you. So if you're going to put time into me, then guess what? I need to give back the same energy. Yeah. Like, for instance, if you meet me and I got a mediocre job and tomorrow I lose it, but you got a better job, then guess what? I'm gonna meet. I got your back when I get this new job. Because guess what? You met me with my feet in the door and halfway out. You didn't know that at the time when you met me. I got a house. You know I'm doing good. But at the same time, my job wasn't working too good for me at that moment. So then you lost it. Cool. Well, guess what? My uncle over here got a business, and my cousins over here cut grass. Now look, you need a job. Now what you can't do, and this is my problem I got with men brothers, is that us as women, we will work any job. You as men, I ain't working at Burger King. I ain't flipping no burger. Now see, as a single mother, we don't get to make them choices. I got to choose whatever job choose me to put food on my table. I think men got this backwards. You should get out of the point of choosing what job is good for you, because money is money, especially if you got circumstances and situations. That's what I'm saying. Now, nobody work a job they love. You work a job you don't like to get where you want to be. Let's just start with that. So
I think most men would work McDonald's, right? If that was acceptable. If it was acceptable that once you met me and you see that I work at McDonald's, I'm trying to work to the next spot, I'll work at McDonald's.
But then that ain't a real man, because a real man already know his worth. You should be able to work.
You're saying that's an assumption, right? That a real man knows his worth. Most of the time, that men are getting what men should be from women.
What?
Right?
Listen, most of the time, men are getting what men should be from women. So how does a man know how to be a real man if women is the ones who's determining what a real man is?
But then that ain't a real woman either. See, it all goes to the point that you know what they say, we play our role. Now, a lot of women be like, oh, we ain't got a role to play. But guess what? Read the Bible. See, this is
supposed to be a helpmate.
Here's where we get this lost. We do got roles. It's in the Bible.
Yeah, you're right.
So at the end of the day, I don't mind playing mine. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm going to get married and all these women remember when Beyonce came, you want a ring on it. Well, then if you want a ring on it, then play your role. Correct. You can't have a ring and not a role.
Yeah. Right.
So guess what?
But you know, Carly B said she got her ring and she ain't had to do nothing.
I mean, she did have to do something, right? She had to get cheated on and accept it. She had to go through all this stuff that she didn't have to go through.
She got a heart, so she had to do something. She had to give her heart out, and therefore there was love. So she gave out the most important thing, which is her heart. So when you say you're not giving stuff, when you take the time to give somebody your heart, that's a part of you. You dig deep to give that out. So at the same time, if I'm gonna do all that, I'm gonna put in the work.
Yeah.
So then we got females and we got males that's so easy to bail. That's your biggest problem in a relationship. If you in it, then you should. When people ask me what it's like to be married, you know what my explanation is, and it only take one sentence: how much you willing to put up with.
Yeah.
Because if you're not willing to put up with a lot, don't get married. That's all you need to tell somebody.
Right.
It's what you're willing to put up with. Yes, people cheat, and can you forgive somebody that cheat? Yeah, how deep is your love?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What created the cheating? Because in a true marriage, if you knew you forced that person, and everybody be like, nobody can make you cheat. That's a fucking lie.
It's a lie.
You know what I'm saying? Things can, people can do things to you to drive you to a situation. Now,
it's not an
is
excuse.
cheating okay?
It's
no,
not an excuse.
it's not an excuse.
Yeah.
But do people drive you to say, fuck this, I'm trying some new shit?
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, how much is that love? Did you feel wronged when you did it? Because I have a lot of dudes that look me dead in my face and say, I slept with her, but it didn't mean nothing.
Yeah.
But guess what, dude? I'm married to you. You might have slept with her. What do I mean to you? Listen how dumb that sound. I slept with her, but it didn't mean nothing. But I meant something to you.
But what was the question? Right? So if the question was, did you do this? The answer is, I didn't do this, and it didn't mean anything to me. Right, so you didn't ask. Did it mean something to you? You didn't ask that. If you ask, how do you think that made me feel? That's a better question for him to understand. Like, okay,
I didn't ask, but you delivered. See, you shouldn't give out information I didn't ask. You said, hey. Well, it didn't mean I didn't ask you that shit. You just threw it out there. So since you threw it out there, we about to discuss this shit now because you shouldn't have thrown it out there. But at the same time, if it didn't mean nothing, why did you do it? Now I may have did something to you to create this situation, but at the same time, what about makeup sex? We could have had the best makeup sex ever.
Yeah.
You didn't even have to go over there. We argued. You know what I'm saying? Y'all knew what it's like to be in high school. You get married don't mean you got to stop doing what you know is fun. So we argued. Now we're gonna do some major makeup sex, okay? So now I don't have to go sleep with X, Y, and Z.
You right.
Now we can argue about this, and we gonna pound the pavement later.
They gotta also be willing to work through it. You know what I'm saying? Like people could sit there and go back and forth, and like you say, people make excuses on what they going to do, but you still have to be willing to work through it. I just feel like the ways of the world today, people just so feel like it's so just easy to get out. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody feel like, especially with the internet, everybody feel like somebody want them or I could just go find somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And
it's not true.
It's not. Like, and I tell everybody like bro, it's not. Especially when you done built something. Like I tell like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but they building everything on a loose foundation,
or
right?
Lust.
Or lust, right? Or something that's gonna eventually go away, like the physical appearance or things like that.
But that's life period, though. That's life period. We all grow. Like people grow. The people that you're in a relationship, they gonna grow. Sometimes, like they're not gonna look like they look in high school, or they're not gonna act like they acted. You know what I'm saying? So everybody it's growth. You got to be willing to grow with that person, though. You can't like if you see your partner growing, you have to grow too. You can't watch them grow. Then you sitting there just looking crazy, because then after a while that person going. I ain't gonna say look down at you.
I just don't think that one growth
gonna work
matters.
out.
Matters for another one, though,
Yeah.
right? So like everybody got their own journey in life. I just think people's problem is that they don't even know what they're doing, right? So if you're getting married, marriage is based on something, right? So if you don't believe in some type of religious or spiritual sense, why are you getting married? Right? Because just be in a relationship. So marriage has no meaning unless it's built in like biblical sense like, you know what I mean? Something else.
A lot of people don't even still like.
And love is action. A lot of people say, "Oh, this feeling of love and all that."
Well,
love
you
is
got
action.
to be in love with somebody, and I think people don't realize there's two different things. You can love a lot of people. So when you say, "Oh yeah, baby, I love you," yeah, you can love everybody. But are you in love with me? That's two different things, and that's what women need to find out from men. If he playing with you, the question is, does he love you, or is he in love with you?
Or do you love him?
Or are you in love with him?
You know what I'm saying? Because you could just feel like, oh shit, he just take care of you. Like even now, females don't care about love too much. I'm not gonna say like grown, but like the generation behind us, it's money. You know what I'm saying? Like you got some females I done heard be like, oh, I'd rather have a rich man who cheat on me than have a broke dude working at McDonald's. That way he meant by the McDonald's, cause like, okay, a man working at McDonald's will get frowned upon. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you work at McDonald's, I ain't talking to you. You know what I'm saying? But But you go date a scammer.
But guess what? She was
You know what I'm
sleep
saying?
with, but here's what you don't understand. Those chicks will sleep with the McDonald man, but they don't want nobody else to know. Now, the McDonald man can break bread, but only behind closed doors. Now, you can call him at 2 and 3 o'clock, and he can ride that bike. He can ride the bike over to your house, but you ain't about to show him in the streets. Now, see, you follow with McDonald dude because you know he's loyal, and you know that he's going to come through whenever. If you need something, McDonald man going to come. But it's sad that McDonald dude get used because it's the dude over here who you doing all this for that's dragging your ass. But then,
and I got a head.
And then now McDonald's, niggas ain't nothing.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
How are we nothing? I rode my bike all the way over here to pay your phone bill.
What? I'm doing all of this and you doing nothing for me. So at the end of the day, what do we do for those guys? Like women, like you can see these girls saying, all these things are cool, but at the end of the day, behind closed door, their self-esteem is screwed
it's
up.
shot.
So you can sit on social media and be half naked all day long, but to do all that, you know what I'm saying? I was always told, like, regardless, if my body is, like we say here, black out. So if it's black out and everything is on point, then I could be fully dressed in whatever God made my shape. You still can see it regardless of what I have on. I do not have to walk around half naked for the world to give me a check or a like or a plus. You know what I'm saying? If God made you with big boobs, that's just what you got. I don't care what shirt you got on.
They gonna be there.
It's still gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, first of all, you girls are selling yourself short because you want to be half naked. And then you want to know why a dude is like, damn, that ass fat. And then you get offended because you half naked and say, well, you can't tell me how to dress. Well, guess what? No, but guess what? How many children do you have? At what point, now you guys help me understand, at what point do y'all look at a woman and be like, well, ain't you a mama? Because I'm trying to understand dudes who already okay with women who got 5 and 6 kids who dressing like they 17-year-old. Your days is over. Like, how is it that you still out clubbing and now we don't even have grandmoms no more? We got
you don't.
Grandmoms and GGs.
That's what I'm saying.
What is all this?
But I feel like me, myself, and I'm gonna make it quick and sweet. This is what my mind at when it comes to women. I ain't gonna say all women think like this, but just women. I feel like when it comes to, I feel like females don't like to get rid of their youth. I think all women try to live in their youth. That's just me. Like with the glam moms and all that, I just feel like don't no female want to be young. Even when like I done seen older chicks be around younger chicks and be like, oh, who she thinks she is? You know what I'm saying?
Your granddaughter.
Yeah, and it's like you competing with like
a child.
You 50 years old, you competing with a 20-year-old. You're not gonna win that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what you do. I don't care how much money you got.
But what they mess up is that they already won that. So why are you competing with a child?
Why you competing with a child?
You really need to teach us that they try to compete with.
Correct.
Just like we said about the young boys, girls need. You got too many girls that is hoes. You know, as a mother, I'm be honest. Look, I got a daughter, and you know what I say? God, please don't let me have the whole daughter. Don't let me have, because I don't want to have that daughter that go to school that becomes the hoe.
No, you don't want to have that daughter that come home with 6 kids and 5 different baby daddies.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? We got to teach these girls better. You got mothers hanging out with daughters. Now I can hang out with my mama. I'm 40. But when I was their age, I didn't party with my mama. Man, you had to wait till I got about 40 to hang out with my mama.
I ain't never drunk or I ain't never smoked, drunk or anything with my dad. Rest in peace, Pop. But I'm talking about while he was on this earth, my daddy said, I'm not your friend. I'm not finna have no drink with you. What I look like sitting here drinking with you and you my son.
There you go.
And I'm talking about, I'm grown. I'm 23, 24 years old. My pops never drunk a drink with me. Straight up. Because he said, I'm not your friend. I'm your pop.
I'm your father.
Don't never get it confused. You know what I'm saying? Because you going to talking to me like I'm your friend. You know what I'm saying?
Like that bruh stuff. Yeah. Like I had to check my daughter. You in the house, but bruh, who the hell you bruh? I know bruh. Now you got parents bruhing back, and you know you on the wake and dead and all this stuff. y'all doing all this stuff with these kids.
Because parents trying, because it's a younger generation that's having kids and they trying to be friends with their kids. When you can't be friends, I don't want to be. I want my sons to hate me.
Yeah,
I want them to hate me.
No,
I mean not hate me, but understand that Dad's hard on me because he don't want me to be a fucker. You know what I'm
like
saying?
my daddy had a look. You know what I'm saying? Like for as females, we couldn't wear makeup until we got 18. You know what I'm saying? He looked at you, and you know you got some of your friends that are clearly perverts. My daddy knew his friends. You hang out with your friends. You know who should not be around your children and who should, and you hang out with them.
Right.
So quit putting these dudes in your house around your kids, knowing you hang out with them and you know they're a little pervert. You see how they treat the women. If they treating women like that, look how our daughters are growing up. Mine got booties and and she 12. So let's just look at the dudes y'all hanging out with and see how they talking to these girls. I told my cousins that all men nowadays, y'all got a little pervert in y'all. So he looked at me and was like, what you mean? I ain't no pervert. I said, because y'all don't ask age no more. Y'all just look at an ass or a child and be like, damn.
She's
y'all
speaking for the men that she talking about.
I'm just there, and you done been. I'm just saying you've been around people. That's why I say some of y'all friends, you've been around a group of guys that don't really care about an age or anything.
I'm a firm believer that the people that you have in your vicinity, it reflects on you, right?
Yeah.
So I won't even be with men that don't take care of their children. I won't be with men that don't take care of their wives. I won't be with that. So I won't.
If you don't take care of your kids, I do not fuck with you.
See that right there.
Yeah.
So I can have a conversation with a dude, and the first thing he want to say is everything is the baby mama. But I also say, dudes, you got rights too. You know what I'm saying? I'm a female, and my brother had his, you know what I'm saying, he had custody. My uncle had custody. So when you black guys sit back here and blame the baby mother for your lack of parenting, dude, that's on you, because the court's giving you every right to do so too. When they put these girls put you on child support,
if you could prove that you can take care of this child, they'll give them to you.
Yeah, prove her to be an unfit mother. If she not there home, then hey, look, if she not taking care of the child,
prove it. Prove it.
Quit making excuses for why you don't have your child, or you ain't seen your child in 5 years. Oh, my baby mother, she a bitch.
It only costs $300 to get your child legitimized.
Hey, see, he's teaching you something.
$300. Go to the courthouse. $300.
And then they can't take your rights away.
Yeah, they can't leave out the state. They can't leave out the state of Georgia with your child.
Even when you going to get this child support, you got to go to court too.
Yeah.
Ask for rights then. You got
ask for a blood test.
Then.
You got all. You got for all that.
If you don't want to pay the child support, you better get that DNA test now.
Yeah, and you might have to pay for it, but that's what it really is.
They don't want to pay for it.
They don't want to pay. You're gonna pay one way or the other.
Facts.
You might as well do it.
And you find out later that ain't your child, and you've been paying since 18. Now you mad. You can't get that money back.
Just get the DNA test.
But at this point, that is your child, right? You've been there from day one.
Nope.
Let's talk.
No, but that's a conversation for a different day. No, that's a conversation for a different day, because we're gonna bring up this dude that didn't want to take care of this child. Everybody trying to make him feel bad for not taking care of somebody else's kid. But that's a conversation for another day.
Okay, we're gonna leave that
because we're gonna have these bar talks, and you're gonna hear a lot more, man. You're gonna hear a lot more from you. So go ahead and shout out all of your information so people can support, like the real supporters, because here on the Bullring podcast, our supporters really support.
Bar talk will probably be cranking up in September too.
Yes, you guys. So you
know that.
You guys can find me, Devillars Bar, on Facebook, Instagram, Sharee Devillars. You guys hit us up. Like I said, I'm doing events every day. How
can they connect with to get you to do events and stuff like that? How can they hit you up?
You can hit me up you can DM me on Instagram, on the Devillars Bar, or you can hit me up personally under Sharee Devillars, which is my personal page. If you want to get to me directly and you know it's something important to you that you hold dear, hit me up on Sharee Devillars on Facebook, message me, and I will get back to you. Drop your phone number and the information, date, time, and I will get back to you as soon as possible.
Thanks. Just pull up.
Oh yeah,
pull up. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You can see it live. You can see some of these shows live.
I haven't had a bad drink. Yeah, and during bar talk, she gonna also teach you liquors. You know what I'm saying? Because we learned a lot too especially about tequila.
Tequila is a great drink.
Yeah, so she gonna teach you about drinks. She gonna make drinks. You gonna have a drink of the day. It's gonna be fun. You know what I'm saying? But
and they're gonna serenade you. So you know, starting at the bar talk, you know how they start off with music. They're gonna start singing themselves.
Don't let her get on here lying to you.
I can sing.
Don't let her get on.
I can sing.
Oh, he say he can blow.
I can sing. I'll Barry White this thing.
Oh,
I cannot.
He can.
You know what I mean?
You
God
can make a beat. You know,
God can bless us all with everything. You know what I mean?
You seem like you can talk.
I can harmonize.
So he's saying you got some poetry. You know, real quiet. Poetry.
I could do that. Man, she giving us all the
I
ideas.
just said it. I'm telling you, man.
But thank you again, Sharee. for
I'm glad
getting
you
on
guys had me on the show. I had a great time.
It was fun. I enjoyed it.
I like to talk shit.
Good drink too. We had a
Hurricane. So if y'all come over here to
Hurricane,
deliver,
man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Y'all need to come get some drinks here, man, because I ain't had a bad drink yet.
Not one bad drink yet.
And
I
she had me drink whiskey. I don't even drink whiskey, and it was good. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if you ride down Ogeechee, it's right past the liquor store, right next to the liquor store. It's the old Mexican spot.
Yes, and I'm not Mexican.
Yeah. See, you know what I'm saying? So y'all pull up, man, for real. And we thank you.
Yo, thank you again for coming on the show. And this is not going to be the last time that you're on here. And you're going to get to talk your stuff as much as you want,
know,
man.
I'm ready.
Oh, yeah, you know. And it's your host here. You can find me at I am Kenneth 2020 on Instagram. I am Kenneth Photography on Facebook. And, of course, Bullring Podcast on Facebook. on Facebook and Bullring Podcast on Instagram. You know we got.
You got your boy Work Sinatra. You can find me at Work Sinatra, Big Work Sinatra, Pressure Boys 912, and we running a deal right now on pressure washing. We doing all houses 20% off for the month. All August 20% off. So Pressure Boys 912, Facebook, Instagram, and Bullring Podcast. Instagram. No 2020 no more.
No 2020.
Bullring Podcast. Man, y'all go participate when we be asking them questions, man. Participate.
We left the 2020 with the COVID, man. That's what we left it. We left it back then.
Yeah, we left it with the COVID. So, man, y'all mess with us, man. Shout out, know what I'm saying? And go and follow, subscribe, do all that, man. Take care of your kids, like I always say. Pay your bills, man. Take care of your kids. Pay your bill to your best ability. I understand it's hard out here. I know what's going on. I'm going through the same struggle, cuz. Pay your bills. Take care of your kids. Life insurance. I always tell y'all about life insurance. Death can be generational wealth. Don't leave your family here messed up, man, trying to figure out how to put you in the ground. They ain't gonna do nothing but throw you in the cremation box and put you in the can and get it to your folks, bro. So $40 a month. Change your family life, bro. So life insurance, and we're gonna get somebody on here to talk about that. We really coming been talking to people to get people in here. So pay your bill, take care of your kid, life insurance, man, and we out.
Baby, I'ma get a number 9, come and see me. I'ma sneak you in through the side when it's easy. Late night with a late night breezy. Fall bad with my dog Matt, take it easy. The band's up, boy, believe me. I was in Savoy with the boys and some breezes. Head on the swivel, cause these niggas real greasy. Head on the swivel, cause I know these niggas see me.